the series where I, a person with no qualifications whatsoever, decides to rank different things from the 2023 season based on nothing other than my opinion. In this episode, we are ranking my top 5 drivers. These are the drivers that I thought performed the best across the season. Coming in at number 5, we have Liam Lawson. And is he a full-time driver? No. But he is in here because he performed better than most full-time drivers. Man had 5 races to show up, show what he was capable of, and he managed to score more points than Nick DeVries during that time. It was a phenomenal period, and I really, really wished that Liam was given an opportunity to join the grid permanently, but he's shown what he's capable of, and hopefully there's a spot for him in the future. So for that reason, he is my number 5. Coming in P4, this man carried his team. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, then I feel sorry for you. Because the performances he was able to put in with his car were outstanding. And for that reason, I'm giving my number 4 to Alex Albon. He outqualified his teammate in every race. He scored the bulk of their points. He was up there in practices and all of that with Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren. What he was able to get out of his car was by far beyond, I think, his expectations and the team's expectations. And it just made for, it was ultimately very entertaining, and it shows what he's capable of, and that Red Bull kind of may have jumped the gun on getting rid of him. But anyway, their loss. He seems so happy at Williams. Now, number 3. And if you know me, you know that it took a lot of courage for me not to put this driver in number 1. But I'm trying to be not biased. So, he had a career best season. Made the second half of the season so entertaining. Challenging Red Bull on track and in quali, and just overall providing a level of entertainment that, for me anyway, I thought was lacking. Don't get me wrong, I love Max and I love that he's winning, but to have someone else up there showing what they're capable of is why I'm giving Lando my P3. He's getting a podium. Let's give him his 10th podium of the season. Everything about his second half of the season was phenomenal, in my opinion. Yes, he had a few off races and a few off weekends, but he came back. Like Qatar, not the greatest qualifying. Track limits, not his friend. But he came back in the race, and it was just, he let his driving talk for him. And I think, ultimately, that is why he's taking out my P3. In P2, this is also another driver that carried their team. They shook things up. They came out of the blocks, and no one really expected it. I know I didn't. They made the first half of the season somewhat shocking and entertaining, but also just sort of like you knew it was going to end at some point, despite his best efforts. And so for that reason, I'm going to give my P2 for best driver of the season to Fernando Alonso. He did his absolute best. And despite the upgrades, it just wasn't his season. But he was challenging Max for a win in Monaco. He was qualifying and all of that. And had the car and the upgrades not gone backwards, I think he would have seriously posed a threat to Red Bull for the majority of the season. And McLaren come the end of the half, and McLaren come the second half of the season. And now, number 1. If you can't guess who my number 1 is going to be, if I've already taken Lando out of the equation, then I suggest you review some of my content. But this goes to the man who broke so many records this season. He was undoubtedly the best on the grid by a long shot. Man was tens of seconds away from his teammate in the same machinery. He claimed his 3rd World Drivers' Championship, and he absolutely deserved it. To win 19 out of 22 races and 19 out of the team's 21 race wins is freaking phenomenal effort. And for that reason, Max Verstappen is my number one driver of the season. It's how many records did he break? It's just, it blows my mind. Do I hope that he does that next season? No. I would like there to be some more competition. And I think there will be. But, watching this history be made and him break all of these records is just phenomenal. So, once again, congratulations, Maxi. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all of those fun things. And I will see you in the next one.